Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I'm Kristen Knapp, and I'm here with George Salas, who is a sought-after serial entrepreneur, real estate investor, inspirational speaker, fund manager, and elite short-term rental investing operator. There's a lot on your resume. This will be so exciting to get into.
Thank you, Kristen. It's super excited to be here.
Awesome. So let's get into just your background. You have so much going on. How did you get into the real estate industry, to begin with?
Yeah, so quick, little 30-second, story here. I come from a third world country, Peru, so I flew here at the age of 15, and when I was in Peru, I lived in an adobe house. I grew up really poor, and my dream was always to create my own dream, my own business, and be able to help other people throughout my business, build a company that would make an impact in the world, right? So I moved here 15 and worked in hospitality for about, 14 years, okay? So right between, I would say 2007 and, 2007 and maybe 2018 is when I left. I invested into a nightclub, an event, space venue, and I was a limited partner, passive investor into the deal, and I was also the marketing person, right? So I had created a marketing company that marketed venues, nightclubs, and so nightclub host, promoter, the whole story there. And then just like everybody else that grows up in that industry, I wanted to be at the top of it. So I invested over $300,000 of my own cash into this deal that another operator put together. Lost everything. 2 years later, the entire venue got shut down, right? So I had no say-so on operationally how he should have been running, but I should have done tons of more homework. I learned my lesson through a lot of mistakes. So that was my big college tuition, per se, right? And from there, it was tough. It was probably the only time when I hit rock bottom, Kristen. Right, the only time.
Because you come over here at such a young age and you build all this wealth for yourself, and then you can lose it. That's how it goes, for sure. That's terrifying.
Yeah, especially when you don't have the skills and the knowledge to be able to really understand holistically, because I was just getting started as a business owner right around 2014-ish, right? So I'm this kid with very little education about how to run a business, right? But a big dream, big drive. And the drive has never stopped, by the way. I've still got that fire in me, which is what's been driving me throughout, so many ups and downs, which is what entrepreneurship is, right? So I recovered from there between 18, 19, and 20. I went all into real estate, Kristen. Okay, nonstop. I went to every single networking event, seminars, I took courses, I read books. I wanted to become something bigger than myself, right? I wanted to create something that would create an impact for others. And fast forward,
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
7, 8 years later from there, I'm sitting here today, right? I've got a beautiful 3-year-old. We just celebrated his birthday yesterday, 2 days ago, right? Beautiful wife, family. And I've created a business that creates freedom for me and my family, right? We operate a portfolio today. We just launched our fund. We're raising the first $5 million. We are doing over $10 million in real estate projects currently. That's 4 projects, and I'm living the dream, and I look at myself and I look at our background and I'm like, okay, well, we're just getting started. We're just getting started. Let's keep going. So I love to bring value to your audience and share a little bit about, the struggles, the ups and downs, and how do you think about overcoming everything that comes to you, comes your way when those things happen to you?
I'm really interested in how you were able to bounce back so seamlessly. I think someone who goes through what you had to go through, they might be reticent to enter a market like real estate. That's a little bit, it's an unsure market sometimes. What was that mindset shift for you where you were like, I just want to dive headfirst into it and learn everything about it?
Yes. So that's the answer to that is absolutely. So first, most people have the drive, right? They're hungry. I look at younger people and I'm like, I will see myself in them. What they don't have is the mindset and the skills. So I had the drive. And I went all in into skills first, right? And then as I developed the skills, I figured out there was another part that I didn't focus on. So a year into it, I needed more skills in the personal development space. The personal development of this infrastructure right here, your mind, your body, your soul, that is the foundation of everything one builds. So skills and your infrastructure. Right? The skills to create, to be able to do real estate, to do your fix and flip, to buy an apartment building, to create a short-term rental. Those are refined skills, right? And there's a little bit of art into it too. But really what's going to keep you going and what's going to keep you sane is you understanding yourself up here, your body, taking care of your body. So all that I did not do for the first couple of years. I learned it after struggling, like health struggles when you're working 18 hours a day, 16 hours a day, right? When you're not eating right. So I had to go back and focus on that, even though I was outworking myself, and I could outwork anybody, right? But I don't burn out. That's the problem with most entrepreneurs today, that they burn out because they want to do too much and they should not be doing 90% of that 100% that they're doing today. Do you agree or not?
I agree. And I think that it's such a fine balance because I think somebody who's looking to grow is wanting, more and more opportunities and jumping on everything. And I think that it's really important to make time for yourself and be realistic in what you can accomplish or what capacity you have for it. So how do you balance that?
Well, the first tool and trick I would say is I would block my time. When I started blocking my time and really just creating blocks of things that I needed to do and accomplish, I started going less bananas, right? So my day wouldn't run out of me, right? I started blocking my time and being very intentional about how I planned my week, what were my goals, right? So I would start reverse engineering what I wanted to accomplish, and that's goal creation, right? After you create your goals, most people create them, they work at them for the first month, and then after 1 or 2 months, they're like, oh my God, I gave up, or they get distracted because.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
They are just not focused and intentional about how they live an everyday, right? Because there's a goal, there's this vision, there's an excitement about that, but then how do you reverse engineer the steps for each? So it took me a little bit of time. I'm talking about a couple of years to really start honing in how I achieved my goals, and the catalyst to that, Kristen, was blocking my time and creating intentional blocks for everything that I'm doing, right? And then part of that was my personal development. I've got my morning routine, my evening routine, and that helps calm these entrepreneurial minds that are just going crazy all day and sometimes all night, right?
And what is your morning routine?
Well, that's a great question. So the first thing I do when I wake up is do a little meditation, right? So I meditate intentionally on the things that I want to do that day. Then I walk outside for about 20 minutes. Sometimes I take my son, and our dog. While I'm walking, I'm doing a couple things. I'm sometimes listening to my Darren Hardy morning 5-minute Darren Daily, or maybe a 10-minute growth day from Brandon Bouchard, personal development, right? Just getting my mind ready for the day as I get some sun and reset my circadian rhythm. And at the same time, I'm spending time with my son, right? Getting a little sun, I come back, I have quick breakfast. Mostly, I would say, I try to do a little higher fat, less carbs in the morning so that my mind is working right and I'm not sluggish and I'm not hungry at 11 a.m., right? So from there, I'm doing some planning of my day. I've already gone through all the personal stuff. I've already gone through some personal development. I'm even doing a little bit of exercise, in the bedroom before I do some stretching and, some stuff for my back. I've been hurting a little bit of my back. So like little things like that you do every day, they just compile together. And at the end of the month, you're feeling better. My sleep has increased tremendously because of these routines that I'm doing. Right?
Yeah.
And then I go on with my day. Now I'm ready,
it feels
right?
good to take care of yourself. Yeah, absolutely. When you make the time for yourself, it really comes out in your work. And I think a lot of people, especially people who are building, feel guilty taking that time. And maybe they feel like they need to be hustling all the time. And I think it couldn't be further from the truth. I think you're sustained for a longer amount of time when you take the time for yourself.
Yeah. And you build sort of a resilient wall when you do these things in the morning. That throughout your day, if you've already had some mindset work, some exercise, your body's going a little bit better. You've got some time with your family. I do gratitude in the mornings. I'm reading my goals while I'm walking. Also, I forgot to mention that I'm reading my goals. I'm listening. I use this tool called Speechify. So I throw in. I use ChatGPT to build my goals, and then I do it's about 4 or 5 pages. Every morning, I'm listening to my vision. It's called a 1-year vision. So my 1-year vision talks about my goals and now, my vision and what am I going to achieve. But I'm already priming my mind so that when I get to my desk, right, I'm already ready and resilient and ready to go. So I go and I've already built a wall. So you've got all these rocks coming at you all day long from different things that go wrong with your business. You also have your personal side. So now you've got this wall and nothing goes through. I mean, sometimes small little piece can come through. It always happens to us. But it's the resiliency that you build through routines in the evening and habits in the morning. Your habits will tell you how far you're going to go, not the things that you do once, right?
Absolutely. And I think it's a testament to what you've been able to build, in a relatively, quick amount of time. And I'd love for you to get into the specifics of kind of like your short-term rental business and what you're working on right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're working on quite a few things. Okay, I'll start off from the personal basis, the foundational. So
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
what pays the bills every single day is our personal portfolio and our own property management company. So my wife and I sort of launched the second version of this. I did it before, not as successful as we're doing it now, right? I've been doing this short-term rental business since 2018, and I was burned out because I am not a manager. I'm a visionary and I'm a deal architect, right? And my wife runs the property management side of things. So between that and our own portfolio of real estate, right, which mostly is short-term rentals, that's the foundation. In addition to that, her and I decided, okay, we're going to scale things. We think real estate is the way to create wealth at the end of the day, right? And when you end up preserve it as well, right? So we took the real estate vehicle, the short-term rental vehicle, and enhanced our vision. So we decided we're going to launch a fund. So we launched our fund. So we have a fund today. We are raising our first. So we've got about 1.5 million in the door. We're raising our first 5 million. The fund is 10 million. Huge vision. I would have never thought 3 years ago that I was going to launch a fund and be a fund manager, right? Then we're also working on 4 different projects worth about 12 million, right? It's a boutique hotel that we're developing, our first development ever. We're partnering with a developer, and we're launching this in an island in Washington called Orcas Island. Also, we have a castle that we're already partners on there. Also a short-term vacation rental and a wedding retreat with its own brand, its own, pretty much its own destination brand, right? We're working on a glamping / dome project in Colorado, Pueblo, and this is a 7,000 square foot dome, but it's going to have, it's going to be sort of a plant medicine / wellness / yoga retreat, right? There's huge space for that, and we're going to create these little dome, we're going to put them up in it's a 40-acre property. We've also got a project in Hocking Hills at the bottom of a mountain. That's going to be 5 units. So projects like those, but the real vision, right? The real vision for us is creating a $100 million company the next 5 years. And it's going to be very tough to do it if we decide to just scale our real estate. So what we decided to do instead is build a top-notch, the only AI first and AI agentic hospitality brand, right? That is basically the center and the parent and the engine to everything we do, right? So that hospitality brand is in creation right now.
That's really exciting. And I mean, you said that, you use ChatGPT in the morning and this is AI powered. How important do you think AI is to the real estate business?
AI is a game changer, and it's going to continue to be a game changer for every single person on this planet. If you're not using AI, you're getting behind. You're not building it as fast as you could, right? No matter what type of AI, what level of AI you're building, right? You're using, because there's 3 levels of AI. There's your chat AI, then there's AI workflows, right? And then there's agentic AI. Most people don't know what even agentic AI is. I didn't until the last couple months, right? So explain
it for us.
We use ChatGPT as Google, right? And if you're advanced, I'm sure you are, Kristen, but you're using ChatGPT, us as entrepreneurs, we're using it a little more advanced, right? We're creating contracts, structuring deals, creating business plans, and really the long-term vision, and using it as an advisor. So I use ChatGPT as an advisor. My ChatGPT is fully trained on everything about me, my family, my company, my wife, all my companies, right? So it understands how to help you create, right? So that's the big thing for most of us that, if you're using the free version, I mean, pay the $20 a month, $20 a month, and then do a little training, right? AI is the future.
And what is the agentic use of it?
The agentic, okay, so here's a big difference, right, Kristen? So AI is something that, ChatGPT is sort of a prompting. You've got to prompt it, right? You've got to put in the words, put in what you wanted, put the outcome in. And the way we use it is we give it a personality, right? And we put in the outcome and we tell it to create things a certain way, right? Then you pair that with workflows. A workflow would be something that just goes in loops, right? So you build a process and it's working in loops. You're using AI tools, and that's cool. The agentic piece basically is our agents that can think on their own, right? It's like having employees. And when it comes to putting something like that into your business, it goes down to the processes that you have and how you've built this processes. So for example, over this weekend, my son and my wife and my whole family were at one of our vacation rentals. We had a big birthday party for him. And one of my partners, also, he has an agent, a voice agent company. And him and I were talking about, so on the way back, it's an hour and a half drive. The entire way we talked back and we broke it down to building an SOP system for each property. So each rental has everything that you need to know about the rental, not just on paper, right? But you have everything from how to lock the doors, how, all of the appliance model numbers and the dates, and you take screenshots of that, right? How to operate all of the technology in the house, where the things are located, the inventory, the furniture, and all of this. You're basically building a blueprint for your property, right? And then you take this blueprint and you feed it to the AI, the agent. So now you've got, right, your team can use it for now. So they can come in and ask questions about where's this thing, where's that thing, and you don't have to go into a spreadsheet. So that's like the first level, the first thing we're doing to create the agents. Then we're going to take these property blueprints and build them into basically one library where the agentic piece can access, so that now the agent can make decisions about each property as the property operates, right? But there's a process to do that. You've got to go to each building, each property, and create the blueprint first. And in your blueprint, your SOP is how you operate the property. What's everything that's in it? Every single inch, even the foundation, right? Hey, there's a neat foundation. So we're creating sort of a blueprint for the maintenance, routine maintenance, blueprint for the furnishings that are there, for the supplies and inventory for our short-term rentals. And then we're going to plug all these in and then build an agent, a maintenance and an inventory agent around it. So that's one agent. Then you could build agents for every single section or, every single department of your business. And then ultimately you can roll all these up to a master dashboard, right? So our goal is within the next 12 months as we build Empress Hospitality Group, which is the parent brand, is to AIify every single part of our business, every single department, with its own agent. Now you have a self-managing company.
Wow.
Right?
That's
and that
really
takes time.
impressive. That's so cool. Yeah, I imagine it needs to learn all the systems.
Exactly.
Oh, that's so cool. So, I mean, this flew by so quickly. We were already at 20 minutes. So how can people get involved with you and what's next?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so we look for, high leverage partners. We typically create value by providing, trainings, and we teach on our short-term rentals. Currently, we don't charge to teach. We come in and do free webinars and free trainings on our master classes on different topics of short-term rentals. So that's some of the value that we bring. We post a lot of stuff on YouTube, and if you wanted to connect or talk about a partnership or creating a short-term rental portfolio or glamping resort or whatever, I've got my personal website is George Salas 360 investorfuel.com, and there's a schedule link in there. So we'll love to chat, and I appreciate you, Kristen, for having me here today. I hope that was valuable for everybody.
That was awesome. I think you got into so many valuable pieces, from mindset to just what you're up to right now. It's very impressive.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate it. And everyone, please take advantage of reaching out to George. It sounds like he has a lot of value to give. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks, Kristen.
All right. Bye.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.